Hey, go. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Oh, hi, Bruce. What brings you back to the show?
Look, I just wanted to thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you ever so much for making me a part of this whole thing.
I'm sensing some sarcasm in that comment, but I'm not sure why.
You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Ever since I've done your show, now my friends won't leave me alone. They're all like, oh, we love seeing you on that review show. When you gonna do another review? You gotta do another review. I can't wait to see it. You gotta do that with How to Train Your Dragon. You're gonna do How to Train Your Dragon, right? Of course, you gotta do How to Train Your Dragon.
Wait, why do they want you to do How to Train Your Dragon specifically?
Yeah, I asked them the same thing. You know what they said? They said, well, it's a dinosaur movie.
But it's not a dinosaur movie.
I know. I told them that. You know what they said? They said, well, it's dragons. It's the same thing, right?
Dragons aren't dinosaurs.
Exactly. That's my point. I keep telling them, in what universe are dinosaurs and dragons the same thing? Dragons breathe fire. Dinosaurs don't breathe fire. I don't breathe fire. Dragons can fly. Can dinosaurs fly? Okay, pterosaurs. I'll grant you pterosaurs. But, you know what I mean.
Well, you don't have to convince me. I'm on your side. So, does that mean you don't want to do the review today?
Nah. I want to do the review. I'm never going to hear the end of it if I don't. So let's just do the review. Hey, let's just drop the title card and let's get on with it.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Commander Go review of the live-action remake, DreamWorks, How to Train Your Dragon. And joining me once again today, my occasional co-host, Bruce, the belligerent brontosaurus. Everybody welcome, Bruce.
Yeah, hello all you mammals, whatever.
So, Bruce, before we begin the review, let's start by talking about what you think about dragons. It sounds like you're not really a fan.
No, wait, I didn't say that. I just said they weren't dinosaurs. But yeah, I like dragons. In fact, I had a pet dragon once.
Wait a minute, you had a pet dragon?
Yeah, sure did. Cutest little guy. I loved the way he would wrinkle his nose when he would breathe fire. It was the most adorable thing.
Oh, well that sounds wonderful, but what happened to him?
You want to know what happened to him? My HOA made me get rid of him. That's what happened to him.
What? No.
Yeah, and all because he kept getting loose and leaving scorch marks in the neighbor's yard.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
They're all a bunch of wusses. Who's afraid of a little fire anyway? I grew up living right next door to an active volcano. And were we afraid of fire? Did we complain? It was setting stuff on fire all the time. Did we complain about that? Yes, absolutely, all the time. But when we were done complaining about it, we just put out the fires and went about our business. That HOA was just biased anyway. You know, my neighbor's dog dug up my rose bush 5 times. 5 times. I complained to them. Did they make my neighbor give up his dog? No, but they came after my dragon. I tell you, this is why I'm so belligerent all the time. Well, that and for marketing purposes.
Well, based on your experience with pet dragons, it sounds like you're the perfect dinosaur to review this movie with me.
Yeah. Let's just hurry up and do it already. Okay, mammals, stay tuned for the review of How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake.
Before we begin, I found that some of the movie theaters had a small selection of How to Train Your Dragon merchandise available, and here's what I found.
By the way, if you would like to see more content about pop culture, movies, and TV,
then click that subscribe button. And hey, it just might brighten your day too. And now, on with the show. How to Train Your Dragon is the live-action remake of the 2010 DreamWorks animated movie of the same name. It begins with our main protagonist, a teenage Viking named Hiccup, describing his village's pest problem. It seems his village is frequently attacked by dragons. The attacks are so frequent, in fact, and have gone on for so long that his Viking tribe has built its entire culture around fighting dragons.
But Hiccup isn't like the other Vikings. He's too small, too weak, and too much of a free thinker to get with the dragon fighting program, which makes him an embarrassment to the whole tribe, especially his dad, Stoic. He's the leader of the tribe.
But Hiccup is inventive, and he's built a weapon that can launch projectiles to trap dragons. He tries it out one night during a dragon attack and successfully shoots down a dragon. Unfortunately, no one saw it, so no one believes it. The next morning, he goes out into the woods to find the dragon and finish it off. But when he finds it, tangled, trapped, and helpless, he can't bring himself to kill the dragon.
So instead he cuts it loose and sets it free. The dragon then pounces on Hiccup, but then runs off without hurting him.
Hiccup becomes curious about the dragon and later goes back into the woods to look for it. He finds the dragon stuck in a valley. Its tail is injured, so it can't fly out. Hiccup keeps returning to the dragon, first studying and observing it, then interacting with it, and finally befriending it, naming the dragon Toothless. But can Hiccup keep his pet dragon a secret, and how will his new dragon knowledge and experience affect his standings with his fellow Vikings? First, I think I have to say that this may be the best live-action remake of an animated film that I have seen to date.
Well, yeah, but that's only 'cause it's the same flippin' movie as the original. They didn't change a thing.
True, but the original was very entertaining, and the remake is very entertaining as well.
Yeah, but was it any better than a re-release of the original movie to theaters would have been?
No, seeing the original back in theaters would have been just as much fun. A little more so, in fact, since the animated visuals inherently have more character and artistry to them, at least in this reviewer's humble opinion.
Right, so what sense does it make to spend all that money to make the same movie again, just with slightly worse visuals?
I don't know, but staying so true to the original did produce a more satisfying movie for DreamWorks than any of the live-action remakes Disney has been releasing lately.
Well, congratulations, DreamWorks, you beat Disney. You're now officially the best there is at doing something no one is asking for.
Well, regardless, the release of the remake did come with some new hype and attention for this story, and it is a very good story. A story about reserving judgment, thinking outside the box, and seeking truth and knowledge, even if it challenges the status quo. All told within an exciting fantasy adventure tale. Plus, it pulls on the heartstrings in a way that stories about a boy and his pet are so good at doing.
That's true. Toothless does remind me of my own pet dragon, before those heartless busybodies in the HOA took him away.
Yeah, I think Toothless was designed very deliberately so members of the audience would see their own pets in him. His movements and mannerisms seem at times very cat-like, and at other times very dog-like.
But they did that in the original movie. This movie is just copying that one. So what do you think, Go? Are you recommending this one?
I think I can recommend it for those who want the experience of seeing this fun and entertaining fantasy story in theaters on the big screen. But only because this is the version that's playing on the big screen right now. If you just want to see the story and don't care about seeing it in theaters, you're probably better off watching the original animated movie at home. Well, thanks for joining me, Bruce.
Yeah, well, hopefully this'll shut my friends up for a while. So long, mammals. I'm off to the pet store to look for a new dragon.
So long, everyone.